I'm going to now put the lace onto my illustration. So I'm actually going to have this area here be lace. So I'll start out by coloring. If I'm working on marker paper, I can do it one of two ways. The area that's going to be lace is actually see-through. I can see my skin through the pattern of the lace. So I need to illustrate that in the sketch. So I can do it one of two ways. I can color in on the reverse side of the paper, or if I'm not working with marker paper, I can color on the top, but only in a few areas, not the whole thing. So I would show that much of see-through. So both ways will work. One, coloring it on the wrong side of your marker paper, but if you're using a thicker, more opaque paper, you can also do it on the front, but you do not want to completely color it in. You want to leave some white areas. Then I'll do it in black this time, and I'll work with my fine point pen. So I'll use a pen instead of the wire, and I'll start very fine because now we've reduced it down to the scale of our croquis. I'm doing very delicate, fine lines. Again, it doesn't have to be even space, but do try to eye it so that you're getting an even space. It's not done with the ruler because nothing on the body is straight. There's still a sense of going around the cylinder. So that's my first direction using the pen. And then I'll go in the opposite direction to get that crosshatch pattern. Note again how fine I'm going as far as the spacing. It's not a wide spacing. And you can see that the skin now appears to be showing through. So if it were just mesh, that would all that I would be doing, but we're going to make a lace pattern. So then for the floral pattern, I've figured out the scale of it. So I'm gonna make my motif. I'll have it in front of me. And I'll have my reference also in front of me as well that I did earlier. So I'll just have this in front of me, and I'll do my little flower designs, and I'll do this in pencil. Just blocking out so I know what area I'm gonna be working in. Again, I'm turning my paper, almost blocking in because it's so small, just little circles, just to get the feeling of where it's gonna be. Some of them are gonna be cut off, and then it has that vines and leaf patterns. So pretty much, it's hard to see it, but that's what I would first do, just so I can block it out. A lot of it was gonna just be done directly, but at least I have a starting point. So I'm doing my flowers, and this is a black lace, so I'm still using, I actually can use a felt pen, fine felt pen to do the flowers because it's going to be a little more easier. So yes, so when you're doing the flowers, do them in something more with a thicker point than your fine that you did for the background. So I'm doing the flowers, which almost are, again, like little circles, because when it reduces down, that's the scale. And then in between it, because we see here, there's those vines and those leaves, so I want to indicate that as well. And those are going in different directions, so I'm turning the page and getting that coverage. Okay, so that's all I pretty much need to do lace. And then if you want to accent a little more flesh showing through, you can touch in a little more just to show that. But the final step is that we need that shading. So we still need to have the shading. I can use either a colored pencil, which I will here, or I can use a marker in a light gray color. I think this will work. Just a touch, not a lot. So there I'm showing that it's still a cylinder feel to it, even though it's in the pattern of the lace.